What is up, wrestling fans? We are just days away from Wrestlemania 32. And as always, we have to let you know what we think is going to happen. So this is our official WrestleMania 32 prediction show. As always, I am the best in the world, Chris. As I said in the last video, AJ is getting ready for WrestleMania, so he will not be joining us in this video. If he is able to make his predictions, then we'll add that in a separate video. And as always, you can tell us what you think about our predictions and tell us who you think is going to get the most predictions right. So we have a stacked card as far as matches go. As far as quality, I'm not really feeling the card, but you never know. It's a WrestleMania, so it's not always about the specific matches. It's about the spectacle. And this being my first WrestleMania that I've ever gone to, and this is supposed to be the big one, I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it. But that being said, let's get right into it. So we're first going to start off with the pre-show matches. These have been moved around a bit, but as of right now, as of today, these are the matches that have been scheduled to be on the pre-show. As always, things could change, but we're still going to cover every match. And if something happens where it gets pushed off the show, that's how it is. First up, we're going to have Kalisto of the Lucha Dragons versus Ryback for the WWE United States Championship. This match I don't really care about because the build-up for this is kind of stupid. And to be honest, I'm not a fan of Ryback at all, especially since because I'm a CM Punk fan. The stuff that he had, like when he was in Chicago and him placating doing this kind of pissed me off. So I'm not a Ryback fan, but I think, and having said that, impartially speaking, and just based on everything that I see, I have Kalisto winning this match because it'd be kind of dumb for them to give Kalisto. I guess it would be even dumber for them to have Ryback win the belt, considering that you just had Kalisto win the belt back after having him win the belt from Alberto Del Rio, then lose the belt the very next night on SmackDown, and then have him win the belt back at Royal Rumble. I thought that killed the Kalisto's momentum. So I think that they won't kill his momentum this time, and they'll have Kalisto go over on Ryback. So in the first pre-show match, or however these are scheduled, I have Kalisto winning against Ryback. And our second match is the Usos versus the Dudley Boys. This is a storyline I just do not understand. I don't get why they have the Dudley Boys and the Usos fighting each other. They could have had the Usos and the Dudleys fight against the New Day for the Tag Team Championship. But no, they chose to give them a storyline, which I don't understand, because now they want the Dudleys to go heel and refuse to put people through tables, and now the Usos are putting people through tables. It just doesn't make sense. I'm not a fan of the build-up. I like the Usos, I like the Dudleys, but I don't like the position that they put them in. Having said that, I think that you have to have the Dudley Boys win. I would have preferred it, because if the Dudley Boys would have won the Tag Team Championship, just because it would make sense for them to come back to win the WWE Tag Team titles for a 10th time at WrestleMania. But they chose to put them in this match, and I think that they're going to have the Dudley Boys win this match. It could go either way, just because there's no rhyme or reason behind any of this booking that they did with these teams. So I'm just going to go with the Dudleys over the Usos. Our final pre-show match, and this is the throwaway match. I'm glad they put this on the pre-show and didn't put this on the main card, because I can't believe this is actually even a match. It's the Total Divas. Thank God they're getting rid of that name, at least in the show. Whatever. The Total Divas, which is Brie Bella, Paige, Natalya, Alicia Fox, and I don't know why and who made this decision, Eva Marie versus Team Bad and Blonde, which is Naomi, Tamina, Lana, Emma, and Summer Rae. Who cares? This match, it doesn't really even matter. This is just a time filler. This is just their match of, we have a lot of divas. We want people to look at these divas and say, oh, look how pretty they are and look how beautiful they are. So we're going to put them all in a match. It's just like the Battle Royal a couple years ago. It's just like the Miss Wrestlemania match that they did a few years ago, where they just threw all the women wrestlers in a match, or divas in a match. And no one cares about this. The fact that they put Eva Marie in this match is just flat out ridiculous. You would think that people would be smart enough to, if you're going to put Eva Marie in this match, put her on the other team, because that team is supposed to be the heels. And Eva Marie is getting the biggest boos, not because of heel heat, but because she can't wrestle. And they stick her on the team that's supposed to be the baby faces. So it doesn't make sense. I get that. No, I don't get it, actually. So I don't know. Flip a coin. Who cares? I'll say, you know what? I'll say that the Total Divas will win, just because of the speculation that Brie is retiring the next night. So unless they're going to have Brie lose tonight, or not tonight, lose at WrestleMania, then have a match against Lana, because that's where the storyline originally started, and have her in a match against Lana, and have her beat Lana, which Lana I don't think can wrestle either. So it's just like, what's the point? Who cares? Anyway, so we're going to move on to the main card for WrestleMania 32. The first match I'm going to cover is AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho. Now, this is another one of those situations that I don't mean to complain about this, but this is me airing my grievances that I haven't had a chance to air over the last couple of weeks because of where this was building. This is one of those situations where they had AJ Styles and Chris Jericho have already fought 3 times. AJ Styles has won twice. Chris Jericho has won once. Now, be that as it may, Chris Jericho technically wasn't a full heel. This is the first match that they've had where Chris Jericho is a full heel. The only problem with this is that they have they have Chris Jericho playing a heel, but his reason for being a heel is actually stupid. His reason for playing a heel is because people are cheering for AJ Styles. That's it. So it's just like, why create a heel? He's that mad because they're cheering for AJ Styles. Realistically speaking, that's a stupid reason for you to start hating the fans when you were all on for the fans not too long ago when it was supposed to be Y2AJ. So I don't understand this, but this is a prediction video. So I will say AJ Styles will win because it makes no sense for AJ Styles to lose against Chris Jericho. Granted, it would, if he loses against Chris Jericho, it will put them at 2-2. But I don't need to see another Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles match because they've already done it. It's done. It's over with. Please stop. So AJ Styles wins over Chris Jericho. Next up, we have the Intercontinental Championship ladder match. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, Zack Ryder, Sin Cara, The Miz, and Stardust. I see no reason for Kevin Owens to lose this match, like, at all. Plus, he hasn't had. It's not like he's at the Intercontinental Championship belt for that long. There's no reason to have him lose this belt. And actually, it makes more sense for him to keep the belt because then you can build on that storyline for him and Sami Zayn. Because anybody that's followed NXT knows that they build it as Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn was like best friends. They came into NXT around the same time, so on and so forth. When Sami Zayn won the NXT Championship, Kevin Owens was one of the first people to congratulate him. Then he turned on him. He powerbombed him. He powerbombed him to the ring apron. Started the big thing between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens ends up winning the NXT Championship. Not by pinfall, not by submission, but by the ref stopping the match due to him powerbombing him over and over again. So I think that Kevin Owens keeping the belt beneficial because you can build on that storyline. You can carry it over. You can explain to people that haven't followed NXT how they're connected, and you can have them build on that, and then you can have them fight over the next few months for the belt. Not saying that Sami Zayn wins it immediately in a one-on-one match, but just saying that you can have them have that feud, and people will actually care about it because, contrary to what WWE probably thought, Sami Zayn is actually getting popped when he comes out to the ring. People like Sami Zayn. People like his music. People like how he performs, wrestles, everything. So him and Kevin Owens, who I'm really big on, and I'm actually going to buy a Kevin Owens shirt when I'm down at WrestleMania. I think that'll be a good feud that they can continue from NXT. Dolph Ziggler winning the belt does nothing. Zack Ryder, who cares? Sin Cara, don't give him a belt just because Kalisto has the belt. That's stupid. The Miz, no, go away. Stardust, there's rumors that this is going to be the last time you see Stardust and he's going to go back to Cody Rhodes. I actually like the Stardust gimmick, but they don't really do much with it, so it's whatever. So in this match, Kevin Owens wins, retains the Intercontinental Championship. Next, we have the New Day versus the League of Nations in a 3-on-4 handicap match. I'm like everybody else. I wish the League of Nations would just die. They are not interesting at all. Sheamus, I care less about Sheamus. Sheamus as a heel is terrible. Alberto Del Rio, they killed any type of momentum or anything with Alberto Del Rio. Got killed when they fired him, and then they brought him back. They should have brought back his ring announcer. And as my roommate says, bring back all the cars too. But yeah, they made me not care about Alberto Del Rio. I don't care about Rusev. Now, it's funny because Rusev had so much heat around him before, to the point where it was like I watched pay-per-views specifically to watch him lose, and I'd actually get mad when he didn't lose. But now it's just like, now I see the alternative, which is now no one cares because I don't care. And Wade Barrett, they've killed his career. I don't blame him for leaving. So League of Nations needs to break up. I'm kind of going down on the downslope for New Day, even though they're just now turning them into baby faces. But I don't know. I think that they could have gave them a better opponent. Like I said before, it shouldn't have been New Day versus League of Nations in a 3-on-4 handicap match. It should have been New Day versus the Dudleys versus the Usos in a TLC match, or in a TLC match. You didn't have to necessarily have a ladder match for the Intercontinental belt. I would have preferred the TLC match for the tag team championships because you have New Day, the Usos, and the Dudleys, with the Dudleys winning it. But they chose not to go that route, so oh well. So in this match, I see the New Day winning. I don't know why they'd have the League of Nations win, other than to maybe possibly continue the storyline. And I hope they don't continue the storyline. The storyline is worthless. Next, we have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Okay, so the participants in this match are Heath Slater, Curtis Axel, Adam Rose, Bo Dallas, Big Show, Kane, Tyler Breeze, Goldust, R-Truth, Darren Young, Mark Henry, Connor Victor, Jack Swagger, Fandango, and Damian Sandow. It's actually funny because I didn't even know if Damian Sandow was in this match, so I just read it. As far as who's going to win this, I don't really care, but I'll say Kane, because they've been pushing Kane and Big Show this whole time, and I don't really see the point of anybody else winning, to be honest. And it would make sense for it to come down to maybe Big Show and Kane at the end, and then Kane eliminates the Big Show, and now he's the Andre the Giant Battle Royal winner. But other than that, I don't care. Next, we have the triple threat match for the WWE Divas Championship. We have the champion, Charlotte, versus Becky Lynch, versus the boss, Sasha Banks. One little note is that news is coming out today that this is going to be the last time that they have a Divas Championship. Apparently, the night after Raw, they were going to retire the Divas Championship belt. Thank God. And it's going to, instead of be called Divas, they're going to be women wrestlers. So they're bringing back the women's championship. It's not going to be the same belt. They're going to redesign it. That's what I'm hearing. But this is going to be the last time that you have a Divas Championship match. And in the end, I see the winner being Sasha Banks. She's too popular. She has too much. She's too over for her not to win at this point because Charlotte's had the belt since Night of Champions. And one thing about Charlotte is that I'm actually kind of getting, kind of. I've been tired of the whole Charlotte with Ric Flair thing. I love Ric Flair, 2-time Hall of Famer and all that, but the problem is that I feel like Charlotte, because he comes out with Charlotte, it stunts Charlotte's growth because she's just Ric Flair's daughter. I think they're starting to move away from that because she hasn't been winning with the figure eight. She's actually been winning matches with the natural selection, which is what I've said for a while, is that they need to have her use natural selection more instead of the figure eight because that way she can build up her own stuff, her own legacy and things of that nature, as opposed to just living off the coattails of Ric Flair. Having said that, I think that in the end, in this match, which I think is going to be a really good match, I think the winner should be and is going to be Sasha Banks. I'm actually curious to see what Sasha has in store for us as far as her entrance, because she's been kind of teasing that her entrance is going to be something special. And considering the fact that Snoop is her cousin and he's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame in the celebrity wing, I wouldn't be surprised if he made a song for her and performed it while she came out. Don't be surprised if that happens. All right, so what we have are our last three matches. First up is Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar in a no-holds-barred street fight. Here's the difference. There's something that I want to happen, and there's something that I think is going to happen. What I want to happen is that I want Dean Ambrose to win, because this is the only match. This is literally the only way that Dean Ambrose could possibly win a match against Brock Lesnar is in a street fight, because you just use whatever weapons and just beat the hell out of each other, and that's the only way that I see him winning this match. Having said that, I think that they're going to have Brock Lesnar win because he's the beast, and They had him. He lost to the Undertaker. I mean, it was by crook because he got hit with a low blow, but he lost to the Undertaker, and I don't think they're gonna have him lose to Dean Ambrose, especially since they typically don't have Dean Ambrose win the big match. This isn't like a championship match, but this is a big match at WrestleMania. They tend to have him lose these matches. So I'm going to say that Brock Lesnar wins the match, but I think that Dean Ambrose is going to... I hope that Dean Ambrose wins. That's what I should say. Next, we have Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell match. If Shane McMahon wins, then he gains control of Monday Night Raw. And also, if Shane McMahon wins, then this will be The Undertaker's last WrestleMania. Now, with it being a stipulation that if Shane wins, he gets control of Monday Night Raw, and it will be the Undertaker's last WrestleMania, it pretty much leads me to say that Shane McMahon is going to win. Legitimately speaking, should Shane win against The Undertaker at WrestleMania? No, because Shane, as much as The Undertaker has not wrestled that often, Shane McMahon hasn't wrestled in years. Literally years. And even though they're giving him this like montage of him working out, and he looks like he's in excellent shape, even with that, it still wouldn't legitimately make sense for Shane McMahon to beat The Undertaker. But because it would only make sense for them to do something different by having Shane McMahon have control over Monday Night Raw. And also, I can see this being The Undertaker's last match because it's in Dallas, Texas, and he's from Texas. I see this being the last match. It's kind of hard seeing the Undertaker lose 2 of the last 3 WrestleManias when he had that long streak, but just storyline wise, I can see Shane McMahon winning. How he's gonna win, I have no idea. They had him jump off the top rope to deliver an elbow to the Undertaker on the announce table. Technically, he missed, but whatever, it's fine. It still looked cool. But I don't see Shane McMahon winning this match on his own, like winning clean. No, I think that they're gonna have somehow, some way, somebody interfere in this match. I don't know. I have no idea who, and it's especially kind of hard because this wasn't even supposed to be the match that they were looking for. The match was supposed to be the Undertaker versus John Cena, and so it's kind of hard to try to figure out what their mindset is because this is something that they put together on the fly because of the injury to John Cena, since he's not going to be able to come to WrestleMania. So I'm going to say that the winner of this match is Shane McMahon, but I have no idea how he's going to pull it off. But I'll be there to see it, so cool. All right, next we have the main event of the night. And actually, initially I thought that Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker would be the main event, but according to, I think it was Michael Cole, the main event will be the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match between the champion, Triple H, and the challenger, Roman Reigns. Let's be honest. Nobody thinks that Roman Reigns is losing this match. It wouldn't make sense for Roman Reigns to lose this match because he's like in his mid to late 20s. Triple H is in his 40s. So there's no way Triple H should even legitimately win a match against Roman Reigns. Triple H shouldn't have won a match against Dean Ambrose, to be perfectly honest. And also, they've been building up for Roman Reigns to have his WrestleMania moment since last year when they had to do a swerve because of all the backlash. So, as you all know, last year it was Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the belt. Everybody booed the hell out of Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble. They pretty much continually booed him up until the match at WrestleMania 31. And then they threw in a swerve by having Seth Rollins cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase and change things up. And people were really excited about the fact that Seth Rollins won. Me, not so much. But I think that now they're like, okay, we've kind of screwed Roman Reigns over a bunch of times. We've had him lose the championship. We had him win the championship only to lose it 5 minutes later. And then we had him lose the championship to Triple H at the Royal Rumble after winning it like a week later on Monday Night Raw. And the thing is, if anybody's to blame for Roman Reigns getting booed, it's not Roman Reigns. It's WWE, because they actually had Roman Reigns over when Roman Reigns lost to Sheamus in a TLC match. After he got through beating the hell out of Sheamus, he beat the hell out of Triple H. What happened? They were cheering him. He was over. They were chanting, "Thank you, Roman," because he beat the hell out of Triple H. Because Triple H at that point was just the authority figure. And Triple H as an authority figure is a heel. Nobody likes him. He gets booed. What do? They make him they make a Royal Rumble match where the winner of the Royal Rumble match is the champion. I knew that as soon as they made that match, I'm like, either A, that guarantees that Roman Reigns is going to win, which means that they're going to boo because they already know who's going to win, or B, they're going to have Triple H win as number 30, which is exactly what happened, and then Triple H is going to get cheered because of the fact that he beat Roman Reigns, and they're going to kill any momentum that Roman Reigns had, and that's exactly what happened. Roman Reigns lost all his credibility because they booked him badly in that Royal Rumble match, and Triple H comes out. Triple H throws Roman Reigns out. They go ballistic. Triple H wins the belt. Everybody's cheering because Triple H, the wrestler, is kind of like in the same vein as Brock Lesnar, where it's like he's not a face, he's not a heel, He's just a wrestler that you cheer for if you like him or you boo him if you hate him. And most people are cheering for him now anyway. So, especially in this match, Roman Reigns is going to get booed out the building. Let's be honest. I'm not going to boo Roman Reigns because I actually like Roman Reigns. But a lot of people are going to boo Roman Reigns. My girlfriend said that she's going to boo Roman Reigns. So, Roman Reigns is getting booed out the building. But Roman Reigns is going to win this belt, which is one of the reasons why he's going to get booed out the building. So, he's going to finally have his WrestleMania moment, but people are going to be booing. It's not going to look good. They're not turning him heel. So, that's how it's going to end. Is Roman Reigns raising his arm up to a bunch of boos. Yay, WWE. So, just to recap for you all on my match choices. I have Kalisto winning over Ryback. I have the Dudley Boys defeating the Usos. I have the Total Divas defeating Team Bad and Blonde. I have AJ Styles over Chris Jericho. Kevin Owens retaining the Intercontinental Championship. New Day defeating the League of Nations. I have Kane winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I have Sasha Banks winning the Divas Championship, and this being the last time there'd be a Divas Championship. I have Brock Lesnar winning the No Holds Barred Street Fight. I have Shane McMahon beating The Undertaker in Hell in a Cell. And I have Triple H, no. I have Roman Reigns defeating Triple H just like everybody else for the WWE Championship. There's no swerving this time because there's no Money in the Bank contract or anybody with the Money in the Bank briefcase that they can bring in to have them to give the belt to this time. So this time, they're going to stick with Roman Reigns. All right, guys. So what do you think about my list? Do you think I got it right? Do you think I got it wrong? What matches do you think that are different? Oh, before I go, one thing I did want to say, as far as a little extra, as far as with this, there's two things that I want to cover really quickly, and that's what I think is going to be match of the night, and who I think is going to have the best entrance. For best entrance, high up there is always Triple H, is always The Undertaker. I'm actually going to go with Sasha Banks. I think because you pretty much know what to expect out of The Undertaker. You know what to expect out of Triple H. But I'm gonna go with Sasha Banks. I think that her entrance could be something. I think it could be the entrance, the best entrance. As far as match of the night, just from a pure wrestling standpoint, I would probably say the Divas match. Charlotte versus Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks. I would normally say AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho, but I already see 3 of those matches, so I already know how that match pretty much is going to work. But for a pure Carnage standpoint, it's kind of a toss-up between Shane McMahon and The Undertaker and Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar. So, between those two, I will say Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker, because there's no telling what... We all know what Shane McMahon's capable of. I know he's 46, but don't be surprised if he gets thrown off the top of the cage or something crazy happens. So, but that's all I wanted to cover for today, guys. Like I said, let me know what you think about this video. Yeah, if you like my choices, give the video a thumbs up. If you don't like my choices, give the video a thumbs up anyway, because it helps. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/OTR Network. Also, don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. Once the WrestleMania is over, we're going to get back into the flow of new videos, things of that nature. We'll be back on our schedule because we will be done preparing for WrestleMania. We'll be back. But until next time, guys, this is Chris, the best in the world for OTR Network, and you all have a good one.